Basically today we're using one chemical to clean every surface of the exterior. And that one chemical is going to be Detail Coat Hard Wash. So we gotta wash hard today because it's pretty dirty, hasn't been cleaned in quite some time. Wheels, tires, all the above, and we're gonna clean the rubber mats. They need a nice deep clean as well. Hard wash can handle that as well. So let's talk about the various dilutions. First, in the brand new IK ALK Pro 2, we're gonna use hard wash at a 5-to-1 dilution. Our strongest dilution will be in the ALK sprayer. That's gonna be able to handle our rubber mats and our wheels and tires. So that will knock that out. Then we're gonna dilute it in our Quiver foam cannon. We're actually gonna dilute it right now. And we're gonna do a 9-to-1 to 10-to-1 dilution. We're right under the 1,000 milliliter mark, so we're just gonna fill it up past that a little ways, about right there, and that's about 9-to-1, 10-to-1, somewhere around that area. And that's gonna be our pre-treatment. And the pre-treatment, we're gonna foam on, let dwell as long as possible, and then rinse a majority of that contamination off the surface, making our contact wash a whole lot safer. And that's right, contact wash, we're still using hard wash to make sure we get a good deep cleaning contact wash as well. We're gonna add about 2 to 3 ounces of hard wash is all you need in your bucket, and it's gonna give you plenty of lubricity and give you a deeper clean, especially when a vehicle like this rolls in that needs that extra punch. So again, rubber mats, tires, and wheels, 5-to-1, pre-treatment 10-to-1, bucket 2 to 3 ounces to 4 gallons of water, and that's gonna do it to it, and we should be on our way to cleaning this Tahoe right up. So let's jump straight into pulling the rubber mat out, cleaning them real quick, and then the wheels and tires at that 5-to-1 dilution. Now, as you can see, this mat hasn't been cleaned in quite some time, but it's not horrific. But you can see the dirt's been stuck in, ingrained itself in this rubber and all the nooks and crannies quite some time. So first, we'll just give it a quick pre-rinse, knock off much of what we can as soon as I remember to turn on the Ryobi 1.8 gallon pressure washer. All right. So, hard wash 5-to-1. Not pump it up. ALK Foam Pro 2s don't have the compressor valve yet, so you gotta do some hand pumping. I don't know if that's just kind of strengthen the unit. Maybe removing the compressor valve holds up against alkalines better, I'm not sure. Now let's foam on. Now we let that dwell about 60 seconds, let it break down what it can before agitation. After a good dwell time, drill brush is my favorite option of agitation. Let's hit it. Now that we've whipped to nice peaks of nice chocolatey foam, you can see all that extraction that the cleaner did out of this mat. Because yes, rinsing alone might knock off the surface dirt, but to get that ingrained dirt out of rubber mats like this, you need that higher pH cleaning. And you see after the rinse, it's gonna be real nice. And look at that. Looking a whole lot better, so now we'll just flop it in the garage on the tile tracks and let it air dry. All right, so far these wheels, they do have some rust spots on them, so I am gonna pull out some Age of Iron decon and let it do its thing for a couple minutes as we pump up the ALK Foam Pro 2 for our wheel and tire cleaner. So let's see what hard wash can do for your tires, for your fender wheels. Just foam it on, let it do its thing. And let dwell. So you can see hard wash going to work on the tires, breaking down that brown real nicely. And you can see the combination of the two, breaking down the iron deposits, breaking down whatever's gunked on this old wheel, and it's doing a great job. You can see hard wash in the fender wheel area, doing a great job breaking down in there. I'm gonna give a quick agitation the fender well area, especially around these old little plastic rivets. Quick agitation in the fender well. Of course, I recommend using a bigger brush. I just didn't feel like walking over there and going to get it, so I just used my boar's hair. So now it's done its dwell time. We're gonna give it a rinse off and see just how clean it does doing the pre-soak. Oof, splashed everything. So even just a quick agitation of the fender wells and then just a pre-soak by itself with the iron remover and hard wash combination, it's already doing a great job breaking down what's in the barrels there. Now we can get to the agitation step. So now I'm gonna spray a little bit more iron remover in these never before detailed barrels. Guarantee they've never had a good scrubbing. A little hard wash goes a long way. You just want a nice consistent layer on your wheel and tire, and it's gonna do its thing. It's gonna break down that dirt and that grime. For the tire scrubbing, of course, we got that House Regs tire brush. Pretty simple, straightforward, basic tire brush to just agitate, knock dirt off, and the patterns and treads, any dirt that's left on the tire. Hard wash in this brush and combo, it's gonna do a great job of cleaning it. Rinse tools out. I got the general wheelbarrow brush. We're gonna get in here and do a little agitation. These are real bad barrels. I mean, they'll never be perfect again, but you know, 5-foot rule, 10-foot rule, they'll look just fine. And then the boar's hair brush, we'll just get in here, agitate the rest of the surface of that wheel face, and knock off any surface contamination off the wheel. You see all this hard wash just turning brown. This does a fantastic job cleaning. You can see here that some green stuff was oozing out of the barrels. So the combination cleaning of the iron remover and the degreasing power of that hard wash is going to town on this pretty dirty wheel and tire. Boom, wheels and tires with hard wash, 5-to-1. Next up, 10-to-1, foam cannon. We're gonna foam it on first. Let's inspect. Let me show you how dirty this thing is. So look at that. Wheels and tires on point, looking real nice. Now paint is looking gritty and filthy. Look at this. All the ingrained stuff in the trim, setting on the glass, the roof. It's cooked, trimmed out here. It's not great. So we're gonna need a nice, good long pre-soak. We'll see what hard wash can do. Probably get a boar's hair brush, go around the emblems, the gas cap. Ooh, let's see what we got going on here. Oh yeah, not the worst though. Not too shabby, not too shabby. Hard wash, you want a nice, just even pattern. Don't overlap too much or the foam will start to drag down a little too fast. Just a nice, even distribution, maybe widen out the spread as far as you can get it. That way we're just putting down a nice coat of hard wash on our vehicle. Because of the level of kind of dirty this vehicle is, going boar's hair instead of softer bristle, because a soft brush ain't gonna do much nothing for this really just caked on level of dirt. All right, let's give it the rinse. See what we can knock off of this thing. Look at that. Now, instantly a whole lot whiter. That's a good sign right off the bat. And we're just gonna wanna do a nice methodical rinse on all the surfaces. Make sure you get up under this rail, blow that out. You can see what we're knocking off up here. Stuff coming out of that. Oh, it's infinite. So there's your clear 50-50 right there. Whew. Looking good. All right, I'm gonna get the rest rinsed off and then we'll start washing this thing. All right, boys and girls, we got it all rinsed off. You can see it's actually looking pretty good now. It's actually white. So now we're gonna put another light layer of foam and give it a very thorough hand wash. Look at the roof, even the roof's coming back. Look at that, look at that. So, light foam and then hand wash. Give it a nice deep clean. There we go. Doesn't have to be perfect. Let's get to washing. It's your wash mitt. So yes, hard wash can be a very lubricious bucket soap as well, if you need that deep clean. So let's do it. Hi-ya! Get up here behind this bug guard. Real nice. Stay hydrated, everybody. Hot out here. All right, let's rinse this thing off. So there you go, quick way. So there you go, using minimal chemicals, we cleaned up this pretty dirty dang Tahoe. You know, had stuff build up in the wheels, on the paint, all the above. Used one product pretty much, hard wash. Used a little iron remover to help it out inside the barrels. Had the baked in brake dust, but hard wash pretty much tackled cleaning the whole exterior surfaces, even the rubber mats. And they're looking real good right here. After they dried, so we got them drying, and they're a nice gray and not dingy brown. So there you go, hard wash, 5-to-1. In that case, sprayer, wheels and tires, rubber mats. 10-to-1 as a fantastic pre-soak. Bucket wash, 2 to 3 ounces, about 4 gallons of water. It's gonna tickle your fancy, gonna be super slick. Not as slick as soft wash, but pretty up there on the slickness in the bucket wash range. Deep cleans the paint. Like I said, it's a washing wax, so using that stronger soap to help you actually cleanse that paint is going to go a long way. Dabbed it up with a little Infinity ceramic sealant as our drying aid, and now it's popping. I mean, look at it. White vehicle, super old white vehicle. Got that gloss back on it, and it's got some, Infinity's going to leave a pretty beefy layer of protection on the surface now. So on all the glass, trim, paint, roof's back on point. It's popping. So there you go. That's this episode. Hard wash, multiple uses. Age of iron for that iron. Add lubrication to brushes. Infinity ceramic sealant adds that pop back to the paint without all the prep. Literally just deep clean with that hard wash. Slap it on there. Looks fantastic. That's all I got. I'll catch you on the next one.